What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning Channel. And happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. We are continuing with this 12-day kind of cram session, if you will, for the SAT coming up in August. I'm just checking my audio. Yeah, it's great. By the way, I see that I already got 15 likes for the video. That's such a good feeling when I have that vote of confidence. You guys are giving me likes before we even start, so I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Chris? Good morning from the Bay. Jack, Proud, what's up? Abinev, what's up? Fatima, how you doing? Okay, so we are continuing with more real SATs, past SATs, which I think is just going to be a great way to get everybody rolling before the test, and you're going to see me do this. PSAT in October, so we're studying for that. Yeah, PSAT coming up. By the way, of course, you have to, if you don't know, I do want to tell you that studying for these SATs, I mean, this is the best practice that you can have, honestly, for the PSATs. Same math, just a little bit shorter. How do you bubble in the answers? You know, I should make a video on that. It's a great question. I mean, I can tell you kind of explain, but you basically, what I always do is I circle it in here so I know what I put, and then I go into the test, and then I bubble it in next. So I keep it all in sync. Thank you, Arub. What's up from the Bahamas? Druva, what's up? Muhammad, what's up? Thanks, Haley. What's up? Spiro Spike. Faith, hi. Sam, Askat, what's up? Okay. Looks like we got a lot of people on here, probably because it's a weekend, so we got more people able to join. So without further ado, my friends, I want to set this up and get it rolling. Oh, one last thing I did want to mention that I have been mentioning at the top of all of these. We do, hey, from Brazil, prazer. Okay, so check this out. We are having a competition right now, and you can win a free hour of tutoring. All you have to do is click on that link. I just posted it. And it's the Panel Picker South by Southwest. All you got to do is go up there, vote for me, give me an upvote, and then leave a comment talking about, hey, how the channel's helped you, whatever you want to say. A lot of people have commented already. And we're going to do the drawing on the 26th, which will be next week on Thursday. And hopefully whoever is the winner will be able to get a free hour of tutoring with me. And we'll hopefully, if it will be one of you SAT test takers, we'll get it in before the test day. Maybe we can do it on Friday at some point. Assuming the schedules work out. So but if you want to do it later, of course you can. But that's the competition, super simple. And if you could help me out, man, I would be so appreciative because I really want to speak. It's for speaking at South by Southwest so I can train other teachers and tutors. Okay, guys, here we go. We are going to set the timer at 55 minutes because of the calculator section. I'm also going to set a calculator up here. So we got that because of the calculator section. And we are going to start right now in 3, 2, 1, let's go. What value of n, oops, what value of n satisfies the given equation? Divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2. It is negative 11, boom, done. See, the first set are usually not too bad. The ratio of trumpets to violins in a particular classroom is 1 to 3. Then it says if there are 9 trumpets, how many violins are there? Well, look, you just multiply by 9 here. In a ratio, we do the same here. So it would be 27. Boom, done. Let me just make sure. Trumpets to violins, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Yeah, boom. I'm going to zoom out just a touch. In albedo, hold on. Been doing so much talking this week, I'm like losing my voice. Hopefully the coffee helps. In albedo is the amount of light reflected from a surface divided by the amount of light falling on the surface. Okay? Is amount of light reflected divided by the amount of light falling. Reflected over falling. Okay. The amount is typically measured in watts per square meter. Cool. The table shows minimum, maximum for different surfaces on Earth. For which of the following surfaces is the range of albedos the greatest? Oh, this is pretty simple. So the range here is just the biggest minus the small, so it's 0.08. Here it's 0.08 again. It's neither of those two because they're tied, right? This would be 0.12. This would be 0.03, and this would be 0.43. So it's snow. Done. In a desert region, the amount of sunlight falling on a surface with an area of 1 square meter desert, the amount of sunlight, hold on, so let me go back to my ratio. It was reflected over falling. the amount of sunlight falling on a surface, it's an area of 1 square meter is 1,000. Which of the following could be the amount of sunlight in watts reflected? So that's X. Then we have to get the actual value. So what does it say for desert, right? For desert, and we should take the min and the max. So 0.26, 0.29. So let's get the min and max value. So 0.26. 0.29. And all you got to do to solve for X here is multiply by 1,000 to be 260. Multiply by 1,000 is 290. So it's got to be something in between the min and the max. That's the only one. Done. Number 5. The table shows the distribution by breed and sex of dogs that received a vaccine from a veteran during the month of July. Okay. If a male dog that received a vaccine during the month of July is selected at random, so we're already, this is the subset. What is the probability the dog breed is Alaskan Malamute? So it'd be 6 out of a total of 10, because we don't care about the female side now, because we're saying if a male dog is selected at random. So we're in that pocket, and that's all we care about. And what is it? 6 out of 10, which is, excuse me, that's 0.6. Done. And by the way, you can use a calculator if you want to convert it. You can do 6 divided by 10, but, you know. Of the following, which is the most appropriate linear model for the given data? I am going to make a line of best fit. I hate how it does the curvy thing. Let's get rid of that, and let's make it like that. Okay, there we go. So I'm feeling like this is a slope of -1 and a y-intercept of 7. I like to do that. I like to come up with my own equation as opposed to testing these guys. Look. -x plus 7 is right here, or 7 minus x. It's the same thing. This would be a positive slope that's out. That would be a positive slope that's out. And this would have a negative 7 y-intercept, so it'd be like down here. That doesn't make sense. 7. The area of a square, I know this might be an easy problem, but we're still going to draw it out, is 36 square inches, which means the side lengths are 6. And that's it. Done. That's all they're asking. Because 6 times 6 is 36. And we know that all the side lengths for a square are equal. The graph shows the average heart rate for 15 people before, during, and after a period of strenuous exercise. Horizontal shows time in minutes, and the vertical axis shows average heart rate in beats per minute. Exercise period began at 5 and ended at 15. Hold on. So let me think about this. So we want to understand the graph. So it's time in minutes. Wait. Oh, yeah. So here they're all chilling. And then, boom, we start exercising, and it goes up, and it maxes out here. And that's 15. And then here it's like the exercise stops. So then they're all cooling down, it looks like, and coming back to the normal heart rate. Approximately how many minutes did it take after the exercise period ended? So that's from here is where it ended. For the exercise period ended, for the average heart rate to return to the average heart rate before the exercise period began. So I would say to here, about. So 15 to 24 minutes is about 9 minutes. That's what I would say. Yeah, and there it is. Look at that. Boom. 15 would be at 30. That's off the grid. Everything else doesn't make any sense. Exercise period ended. Yeah, that's it. What is this? 8 and then 9. Markela opens a bank account that earns interest at a rate of 2% compounded annually. She puts 200 in the account. That's the initial value. When she opens it, does not make any more deposits. So if we're making 2%, that means we're multiplying this by 1.02. For the account for 2 years, the amount of money in the account after 2 years is given by this expression. Oh, look at that. Which of the following expressions gives the amount of money in the account after 1 year? So if you know the formula, it's 200 times this to the t power, which represents years. So for 1 year, just be to the first power, which would be this one. And I think that's it. Number 10, 3x equals 8y and both x and y are positive, which is the following equals 40y. Look, you can solve for x, you can do the whole thing, but if you this is one of the shortcuts that you recognize to get 40y, it's pretty easy. You multiply both sides by 5. Then you get 40y equals 15x. So what equals 40y? 15x. Boom, done. Number 11 through 13 refer to these equations. Given equations model the number of teachers and students in a high school from 2002 to 2017. The equations n is the number of years after 2002, sorry. And is a whole number less than or equal to 15. So at 15 would be 2017. The predicted number of teachers and students are there. Based on the model, how many teachers are predicted to be in the high school in 2017? How many teachers? So we're using the top equation. We're plugging in 15 because that's 2017 is 15 years. So plug and chug. 80 plus 15 is 95. Boom, done. Okay, 12. Which of the following is the graph of function s? Hold on, so let's write that down. Function s is 1280 plus 30n. 1280 plus 30n equals s. S of n, let's say. So it has to have a positive slope, right? Because you see that. That's out. That's positive. That's a constant slope. That doesn't make any sense. So now we're down to C or... This doesn't make any sense because the y-intercept is 0, 0. And you can clearly see the y-intercept has to be 1280. So 1280, that looks about right. And then 30n, that looks right, like a slope of 30. And just for fun, we can plug in, let's say 10. That would be 300, so that'd be 1580. And that looks about like 1580, something like that. So we're pretty confident that that's correct. Based on the model, was the first year in which the predicted number of teachers will be greater than 90? Predicted number of teachers, 80 plus n. So when will 80 plus n be greater than 90? Well, n is the number of years after 2002, right? So n would be greater than 90 when this is greater than 10, which means it's got to be greater than 2012, which would be, because in 2012 it'd be 90. So it would have to be 2013, right? Because it's the specific language. Not greater than or equal to 90, greater than 90. Okay, the table above shows the masses in kilograms and lengths in centimeters of the largest known specimen of the 90 most massive types of turtles and tortoises. Mass, length. Okay. This is in order. That's nice. This is not, but so it's by mass. The mean mass of the 9 is 331. The mass of the algebra is close to the mean mass. Which of the following is true about the length of the algebra tortoise in relation to the median length of the 9? So here's how I like to calculate median when it's in a list. I don't like to write them out in order. It takes too long. Instead, I rank them. This is first being the smallest, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. Okay. And the median would be the fifth value. So the median is 1, 4, because it's the middle of 9, right? 5 is in the middle because then there's 4 on either side. So the median is that, and its length is 150. So it's not the median length. It's not 29 longer. It's 10 longer than the median length. Boom. That's it. 15. Box and whisker plots. These are the box plots. Show and summarize data. Data set A is a range of 130. Yeah, because that's 10. That makes sense. And base okay, 2 data sets are combined into one data set. What is the range of the combined data set? So then it would have a minimum value of 10, because then it would overtake that. And then it would have a maximum value of 160. So the total range would be 150. Done. At the beginning of a study, the number of bacteria in a population is 150,000. The number of bacteria doubles every hour. So it's 150, and it doubles every hour. So here it'd be, here it'd be just writing it out, 300,000. For this period of time, which equation models the bacteria? Anyways, definitely not this, because that's not how we do an exponential. It's this one. It's after X hours, because You do, for an exponential, you do the initial value times the rate at which it's changing. In this case, it's doubling, and then to the number of, to the exponent of time. So it's not a quadratic. It's definitely exponential, and this is the only one that works. That's done. And if you want to test it out, plug in 1, we get 300,000. Plug in 2, and you need to get 600,000, and that would be, because that would be 2 squared, which is 4 times that is 600,000. So even if you forget these formulas, you can do a little plug and chug and verify. 17, if x, y is a solution to the given system of equations, which of the following could be the value of x? 7. Why am I not even hesitating? Because 7 gives me 0 here, and 7 gives me 0 here. So you can see it immediately. Now, the standard thing to do is to set these equations equal to each other. And I'll just show you really quickly. And then I would probably FOIL this x squared. It'd be minus 7 plus 3, which is minus 4x minus 21. And then it'd be x squared minus 5x, subtracting x from both sides, adding 7 will be minus 14. Then you factor, and it's x, it must be minus 7 plus 2. And then so your two solutions are 7 and 2, negative 2. Negative 2 is not on there. 7's the winner. That's the standard way. Number 8, the speed of a lightning bolt is approximately 320 million, yikes, feet per 1 second. What is the speed in yards per minute? Dimensional analysis. Check this out. First, let's convert the feet to yards. So we go feet on the bottom to cancel those out, and then yards. And 1 yard equals 3 feet. Now we've converted it to yards per second. Now we need minutes. So again, we got seconds on the bottom. We need seconds on the top, minutes on the bottom. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Now the seconds are out. Now we have it. Now we just multiply across. 320 million times 60. Oh, it's in millions, so we don't need this. We can just do this. 320 times 60. And then we divide it by 3 on the bottom. And it's 6,400 million yards per minute. 19. The number of students enrolled in a certain university 2 years after 1969 can be modeled by the function S for 0 to 33. So 1 would be 1970, 2 would be 71. The constant term of the function is estimate for which of the following. All right. I know that this is a quadratic, right? And that's a t squared, that's t, and this is the kind of the constant. And what this represents is the y-intercept. Basically, when t equals 0, this would 0 out. So that's time 0. So in 1969, the number of students is that. That's what it is. Yep. Oh, snap, right there. Let me just make sure I understood this right. Number of students enrolled. Nope, not 2002. That wouldn't make sense. Nope. 20. A company found that the average customer rating for a certain product could be used to estimate the total income from that product according to the equation this, where y is the income and x is the average customer rating. Which of the following best describes the slope of the graph of the... Well, the slope is 44. Y is the income in dollars. X the average customer rating. So it's like, so basically you can say the slope is 44, which means for every increase in the customer rating by 1, the income goes up by $44. Because you can see if it's 0, it's 500. If it's 1, it's 544. If it's 2, it's 588. For every increase of 1, no. For every increase of 1, the estimated increase in income is 44, exactly what we said. So that's my thing. I like to think it out I don't like to look at the choices first because that can confuse me. I like to sort of get it in my mind and then attack it. How many solutions does a system have? Well, it can't have 2 because it's 2 lines. So at most it can have 1. So there's 0. It can have infinite. Sorry, you can have 0, 1, or infinite. Now let's see. It's 1. It's 1, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Let's put these both into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. and then multiply by -1. So it's y equals 2x minus 3. This one is negative y equals 4x plus 3, which then becomes y equals negative 4x minus 3. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Negative 4x plus 3, positive 4x minus 3. Excuse me. So, but it doesn't matter. Point is that they have different slopes. They have this. They obviously intersect at the y-intercept because of the same y-intercept, but they have different slopes. So they're only going to intersect at one point, and that's the number of solutions they have, and that's it. Or you could honestly solve this. You could be like negative. Here, let's not mess up the original. It'd be negative 2x plus y equals negative 3. And then you combine it, you get 2x. The y's cancel out, equals 0. So you see it's got one solution at 0, negative 3. Done. The graph of r of x is shown in the xy plane. If a, b, and c are positive constants, which is the following could define function r. So I know it's quadratic. A, b, and c are positive. So check it out. The vertex, it looks like they're trying to say, is b comma c. So it should be, first, the a's got to be negative as well because it's going down. Because it said they're all positive, so a's in the front. It's got to be one of these two. And it's this, it's x minus b plus c. That's your standard quadratic in vertex form. That's pretty much all they're testing. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above for x does not equal square root of 2? All right, all they want you to do is simplify. So I can, this is like, this is not I'd say super typical because usually they wouldn't make you do this with square root. But this is a difference. You can factor it like a difference of squares as follows. It can be x minus square root of 2, x plus square root of 2. Because when you FOIL this out, you get x squared, positive root 2x, negative root 2x cancel out, and then minus 2 over x minus root 2, cancel, and you get x plus square root of 2, and you're done. If you don't believe this, or I mean, if this doesn't come to you, you can also kind of like plug and chug, be like, all right, well, no, that's not really going to help much, because you'd plug in 4, and you get 2 over 4 minus rad 2. You plug in 4, you plug in 2, and you get 2 plus rad 2. Oh, you have a calculator. Yeah, you could plug in and check by plugging in some numbers which one is equivalent. Okay. Which of the following represents the positive number increased by 5%? It would be this. And I've always said this, right? When it's an increase, if you want the final number after a 5% increase, you add it to 1. The decimal equivalent 0.05 added to 1. What is the median of the data set summarized in the frequency table? So we have 1, 1. We have 4 2s. I don't have to do it like this, but actually, let's not do it like this. Let's do it a faster way. So I got a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 17 values. So the median is going to be the 8th value, or sorry, the 9th value, because that's right in the middle. And how do we know this? Because then we'll have 8 values on the left, 8 values on the right. 8 plus 1 plus 8 is 17. So where's the 9th value? So this is the first. Then we have 5. Then we have 7, 8, 9, 10. So the median is going to occur at 4, and you're done. I could have also written out all the values and then count to the 9th value, but that's how I like to do it, a little faster. 26. An airplane uses approximately 5 gallons of fuel per mile flown. If the plane has 60,000 gallons at the beginning of a trip and flies at an average speed of 550 miles per hour, which of the following estimates the amount of remaining fuel after T hours? Hold on, let me think about this for a second. So it's in T. T is the number of hours. So we're trying to subtract. Okay. So 5 gallons for every mile. So I need to turn 550. I need to turn that into distance. So it's 550 times the number of hours, and then that's the number of miles. And then so for every mile, I'm losing 5. So it'd be this times 5. Because in an hour, I'm doing 550 miles. And then that says that burns, each mile is 5 gallons. So then so in an hour, I would burn 20, whatever that is, 2750. which is, it's D. Hold on, let me just make sure, because this is 26, so this is generally pretty tough. Because I'd be doing this minus, I guess, 2750 T. Okay, T hours after the trip began. So 5 gallons per mile. So I know in 1 hour, it's 2752. It's got to be right. It's got to be right. 2 hours would be 5,500. Because 1,100 times 5. Yeah, it's got to be right. All right, 27. With the quadratic equation shown, B is a constant. If the equation has no real soluciones, which of the following must be true? Okay, so when it says no real solutions, it means that the discriminant, we're talking discriminant here, has to be negative. What's the discriminant? B squared, which is literally B, minus 4, A is 3, C is 5. This has to be negative. Okay. So then it's B squared minus 12 times 5 is 60. Add 60 to both sides. Uh-oh. Oh, look at this. Which of the line must be true? Done. B squared has to be less than 60. Literally just do that. Dunzos. Number. Okay, now we got to go to 28. I'm going to go down here and to the right. Or left. To the left. 28. All right, there we go. Lines Q and R in the XY plane are perpendicular and intersect at the origin. Let's just show this. Perpendicular, you know, makes a perfect 90-degree angle. I guess this is the origin. Boom. If R passes through 1K, oh, and they go through the origin. And so it also goes through 0, 0. We have 2 points. What is the equation of line Q? And they both add, okay, so check this out. I need to get the slope. This is out. And so is this. I'm pretty sure. Because if they both intersect at the origin, it should have, the y-intercept is 0. So this is going to give me a y-intercept of 1 over k. This is obviously a negative 1 over k. That's wrong. So it's one of these two. That's pretty good. But now we can come with the equation of line R. So we could say R equals, the slope is k minus 0 over 1. So the slope of R is k. So we can just say it's the same as kx. So then so we need the negative reciprocal of this slope to get q because they're perpendicular. So it's negative 1 over k times x, which is b, even though it's formatted slightly differently, but that's it. And it goes through again 0, 0, so no y-intercept of 0, aka no b value, or no b. The b value is 0, but no b. In the figure above, the circle has center O. What is the area of the shaded region? Okay. We do have a radius. So, let me think about it for a second. Knowing the formula for an equilateral triangle area, it is one of the precision formulas I gave, but I've forgotten it, which can happen. So we're going to have to derive it, and that's all right. To derive it, we drop an altitude like so. We turn it into a 30, 60, 90. So then this is 2. So then this height is 2 rad 3. So first, let's calculate the, First, let's calculate the area of the sector. So 60 over 360 times the area of the circle, which is pi, radius, which is 4 squared. So then it's 16 pi times 1/6. So the area of the entire sector is 16 pi over 6, which is 8 pi thirds. And then we have to subtract the area of the triangle. So the area of the triangle is... Oh, and this is an equilateral triangle, by the way. It has to be because these sides are... that's 60, and these sides are equal, so they're also 60. And I know they're equal because they're radii. So it's 1/2 base, which is the whole thing, 4, times the height, which is 2 rad 3. So it's 2, so it's 4 rad 3. So we do 8 pi thirds minus 4 rad 3. They don't have that, but it is the same as this, because if I distribute this, I get 8 pi thirds, and then 1/3 of that is 4. So that's it. This is backwards. Well, this doesn't even make sense anyways. This would be 8 pi thirds minus 8. Yeah. Nah, this is out. Okay, 30, the final one for the multiple choice. Man, look at this buffer. We have a huge buffer for the free response, which is pretty crazy. A survey asked a class of 30 students how many siblings they have. The number of students who have one sibling is 3 times the number of students N who have 2 or more siblings. So the number of siblings who have 1 is 3 times the number of students N who have 2 or more. If 6 students have no siblings, which of the following equations represents the situation? Okay. So I would say it's this one. And I'm going to tell you why. So it's everything adds up to 30. So there's 6 students here, there's 3n here, and there's n here. So 6 plus 3n plus n equals 30. So it's literally 6 plus 4n equals 30. And that's it. And then just to calculate it, it would be 4n equals 24, n equals 6. So let's just make sure that's right. So 2 or more would be 6, 1 would be 18, and then we got 6 here. And it does add up to 30. The number of students who have 1 sibling is 3 times the number of students. Yeah, that's right. All right, on to the free response. Again, we'll see a drop in difficulty. 31, scatterplot shows the percent of flights with, it's really blurry, sorry. The percent of flights with delayed arrivals, right here. And the percent of flights with delayed departures for 10 airports in a certain 1-year period. A line of best fit is also shown. For how many of the 10 airports was the percent of flights with delayed arrivals less than predicted by the line of best fit? So basically, we're looking where it's underneath. It says arrivals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is free response, so we need to be really, really careful that we counted everything because there's no multiple choice to guide us, and 6 looks like the winner, and we're done. 32, the points in the figure shown lie in the same plane. If ABF is congruent to EDG, and A corresponds to E, so that means that's 65, and B corresponds to D, that means that's 75. If they correspond, they're equal if they're congruent. What is the measure in degrees of GCF? We need this angle. Okay, well, the two are congruent. If those match up, then this has to be 40. So then that's 40 and that's 40, that's 80. C has to be 100 because all angles in the triangle, in this little mini triangle, but every triangle have to add up to 180. And that's it. And you can see the same rule applies here. 75 plus 65 is 140, 40, 180. 33. The graph of the equation y equals mx plus b, where m and b are constants, is shown in the xy plane. What is the value of m? What are they asking for? The slope. So to go from these 2 points that they've highlighted there, I go up 1, 2, 3, across 1, 2. So the slope is positive 3 over 2, and we're done. Eye spot is a disease in corn that is caused by a fungus. An agricultural researcher investigated whether the presence of eye spot necessitated treatment of using a fungicide. The table shows the relationship between the presence of eye spot in a cornfield and the need to use fungicide. Okay, according to the table, what fraction of the cornfield where an eye spot was observed, what fraction of the cornfields where an eye spot was observed, so we're already in this subset, needed fungicide? 30 out of 40, 3/4. This is just identifying the correct total and the correct sample. According to the table, what fraction of the cornfields where an eye spot was observed? So we're already into the 40. Needed fungicide, 30. Done. 35. The line graph shows total lengths in miles of major commercial railroad tracks in the United States from 1916 to 1976. Total length, in the year it was built. So it looks like they were increasing, and then as the years progressed, the length of the railroad tracks decreased? Shows the total length of miles of major commercial track states from now. Okay. The average rate of change in miles per year of the total length of major commercial railroad tracks in the United States from 1916 to 1926 is M. 1916. So we're just in this range here. 1916 to 9 is M. The average rate of change in miles per year. Got it. So, first of all, what's the change here? We just do subtraction. 421 minus 397. So that's the rate of change for 10 years, right? But they want in miles per year. So we divide that by 10 and we get 2,400. The giveaway, by the way, that it can't be 24,000, that you still need an extra step, is you can't even put in 24,000 in the grid in answer choices. You've got to, it's got to be wrong if, it can't be that. So that's per year. A painting crew painted a total of 24 houses in July. In August, the number of houses the crew painted was 20% more than what they painted in July. So you could I could do this mentally. 20% more would be for 24. But basically what I'm doing is I'm doing 1.2 times 20. And then what fraction of the total number of houses the crew painted in July and August was in August? So it's 24 out of the total, which is 44. And you can divide top and bottom by 4. By 4. And you get 6 over 11. 4, 6, 44 divided by 4. Yeah, just making sure. Okay. Final 2 questions. A car, and we got, a lot of time. Car listed with a price of $12,000. The price decreased by P% to $9,600. What is the value of P? We can do a couple ways. You could be like, all right, we got 12,000 minus a percentage of P. So it's decreased by that percent of the original equals 9,600. What's the value of P? Okay. So first we're going to subtract 12,000 from both sides. Boom. Now I got negative P times 12,000 equals negative 2,400. And then we divide by negative 12,000. Cancel. That goes away. So it's positive P. 24, so it's basically positive. It's, negatives cancel out. So it's 2,400 divided by 12,000. And you get 0.2. But that is the decimal equivalent. So the percentage is 20%. Decreased by 20%. Let me just make sure. Make a mistake. Yeah, 20%. That's 2,400. And that's it. Final questiones. 38. 1/3 T this, 1/3 this. For the system of equations, what is the value of the product of this times this? Okay. This looks really hard, but it's not that hard. Don't think about doing crazy fancy stuff, because if I just take these as is and add them together, these are going to cancel out. Okay? So that's a nice little trick to catch. So this becomes 40, then becomes 56 equals, again, these cancel out. I don't like to modify the original thing, so I'm going to put that back in. And then add these together, and it becomes 2/3 T plus 10. Oh, wait a minute. We don't even care, though. I don't want to solve. Let's not fall in the trap and solve for T. Instead, I'm going to take half of both sides, and I'm going to go back to 1/3 T plus 10 equals, half of that is 28. So now I know this is 28. Now the question is, what is this? 28 plus what is 37? It's 9. And then 28 minus 9 is 19. We did it. Now you just got to do 9 times 28. And you get 252. So this looked really hard. Looks like you have to do a lot of work, and you could do a lot of work. You can solve for T. You can solve for U. Great. And then you can plug them back in and make this problem like 4 times as long. But this is one of the ways that the College Board helps you. I made a video about this, so definitely check that out if you haven't done so yet. Okay, let's see. We'll stop the timer and let's grade it. Now, let's first quickly make sure I didn't leave anything blank because I did that yesterday. Nothing blank anywhere. Looks like everything was answered. Yeah, all right, we're good. Good. Okay, let's grade. So we got BDDA, BDDA. Then we've got CDBA, CDBA. Whoops. Then we've got CBDA. Oh no. Sorry, wrong thing. BDCA. BDCA. I was looking at the no calculator accidentally. 13 is BCCB, BCCB. Then we got 17 is DCAD, DCAD. 21 is BADC, BADC. And 25 is CDAB, CDA. B. And 29 and 30 is D and C. All right, awesome. Next is 31 is 6. 32 is 100. 33 is 3 halves. 34 is 3/4. 35 is 2400. 36 is 6/11. 37 is 20, and 38 for the win is 252. Legend. Let's take a look and see what's going down in the chat. 58 people online and 60 likes. Look at that. You guys are legends. Thank you for all the likes. When are the reading passes going to be released? It's a good question because I'm working on our SAT video course right now pretty intensely, but we've got videos that I need to get produced. I'm going to try really hard to get some more done before the SAT on Friday. But I just can't give you a definite timeline. Sid, you are so wrong. What you guys think you shouldn't be studying the week before? That makes no sense. So definitely not screwed. And yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Let's see. Not studying, more like practice. Yeah, that's good. Hey, mate, your videos are helping me. Amazing, Nikhil. So glad to hear that. Dang, you guys are loading on the likes. Thank you so much. And it's 1 a.m. in my country. Awesome. Well, thank you for staying up. It's 1 a.m. here and still watching. Legends. Rabab, I don't know why that's hiding your thing. Thank you for that. Does your verbal tutor have a YouTube channel? No, she's just on mine. Okay, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I've done this test before. So I'm redoing some of the tests that I have done before. I just thought, I was trying to think what would be the most valuable, and I just felt like doing these real ones again would be really valuable for people. But I'm also going to be releasing a new formulas video that's going to be super helpful too. Okay. There's no way I could do that by myself. Yeah, don't ever say stuff like that. Like I'm stupid. I don't like that because you're just putting negative thoughts in your mind. Okay, I like how you guys are talking and chatting amongst yourselves. By the way, if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure to click in the Discord link below. So we're going to be doing some live Q&As this week on Discord. So if you want to be a part of that and you want to jump on and be able to like talk to me and ask me questions, definitely join our Discord server community. It's really growing. I think it's grown by like 200 or 300 members in the last week, which is cool. And we'll be doing a longer Q&A, hopefully the Friday before the Saturday SAT. That is it, my friends. As you know, if you have seen the schedule, that's also again on my Instagram at Scalar Learning. You can check out the schedule there for live streams. But I'm going tomorrow again at what time is it tomorrow? 2 p.m. PST. So we're going to be doing another one tomorrow. And amazing, Fahad. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. You don't know how much those words mean to me. The likes mean to me. All that stuff is a huge, helps me a lot. So thank you guys so much. And my answer to your question, how do I do it so fast? Practice, practice, practice. Okay, guys, have an amazing day, amazing weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.